Hi, I'm your L7 movie guy, Pierre Marks. This is the show for all your movie streaming recommendations and reviews. Let's get started. First up we have is The Rip, a crime thriller where a group of Miami cops discovers a stash house of millions in cash. This leads to distrust as outsiders learn about the seizure, making them question who to rely on.
Where did everybody go?
Now, this is the same director as the movies The Grey and Smoking Aces, which I really enjoy those movies and even own one of them on DVD. So, right off the bat, I knew that I was in store for some gripping, gritty entertainment in terms of its story as well as its look.
Nice.
And I must say that the film definitely delivered a lot of those elements with its clever pacing and its overall dark tint look of the cinematography. That's because the film does a great job with its violent opening to get you hooked in, and an even better job with its building of tension as well as paranoia with its crime, corruption, mystery. This is due with its intense moments of the editing as well as its calm but angry, knowledgeable dialogue.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you.
But there are some problems, of course, with the harsh, shaky cam moments in certain scenes, as well as the writing being a little too sappy near the very end. That unfortunately feels out of place for its budget and doesn't make sense for its crime story element.
That does not make sense.
Now, if you did not know this by now from the poster, this does star Ben Affleck as well as Matt Damon, which is kind of the appeal or the attractiveness for most people to watch this movie.
Matt Damon.
And yes, they are great in this movie because of the fact that they have done action movies before, as well as even done drama movies before, and even worked with each other in films before. So for sure you know that the chemistry is naturally flowing throughout the film, and it works in terms of its comfortability. As for the other actors and their side characters, I would say they did all pretty much a decent job and do what side characters do when it comes to servicing the story.
Cool.
Which actually in certain scenes they kind of stole the show in terms of their dialogue, stress, or desperation in situations they found themselves in. That ultimately gave me a little bit of a chuckle here and there, as well as even a oh wow reaction from me. Especially Kyle Chandler's character, because he was actually a big surprise in this and undeniably had the best scene or moments in this film.
You want to rent it, sir?
Why? I just saw the best part.
Overall, this was a good thrill ride and didn't leave me feeling bored whatsoever. At least until the very ending. Cause it got a little cheesy sappy and probably should have ended with the money counting machine.
His three trusty companions, shoulda, coulda, and woulda.
Where they could have had a solid Christopher Nolan ending instead of focusing on the subplot ending of Sasha Calle's character. Even though she was great in the film, but was just a small nitpick compared to the whole movie, which is why I'm going to give this one a yay. Now for the audience thumb scale, this was kind of close, but it's going to be a 3 out of 5. Last up we have is Code 3. A comedy/action film where on his final 24-hour shift, a burnt out paramedic is tasked with training his eager but inexperienced replacement. What starts as a routine night quickly spirals into a chaotic citywide odyssey that tests their endurance, their instinct, as well as their sense of humor when going from one emergency to the next.
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
So this one was oddly funny for its realistic approach and was totally relatable for anybody that is a working stiff in the medical field as well as anybody in the workforce in general. For it has such a in-your-face, crude truth to it when it comes to its dialogue and dealing with its situations, whether it's with coworkers or with the public.
I will never understand people.
They're the worst.
Now for the action element of this film, it's not what you're typically thinking in general consensus of other films. That's because it focuses more on the idea of gruesome aftermaths of tragic accidents and the craziest of people that are involved in them. Which comes with all the stresses as well as the highs and lows of being a paramedic and just helping people trying to survive.
Live! Damn it, live!
Which is due and expressed through its great horror makeup and practical approach in certain scenes. And from this, the production ultimately plays out at times like the TV shows ER or 911. But I am happy to say the film does a better job of focusing on our main three characters with its awesome editing of pacing, as well as its great narration breaking of the fourth wall of its drama writing.
What the hell am I reading?
Speaking on characters and the actors that played them, I would say that everybody from the extras to the side characters to the main characters did a fantastic job with their performances in terms of their believability. That's because it seemed to me that every actor found the right balance in their character when to be funny or when to be taken seriously.
I'm super serial! Nobody will listen to me, but I'm serial!
Which definitely made you feel more connection with the characters as well as emotionally invested in the situations they have to go through throughout the film. Sure, we get the typical backstories as well as motivations on why they do the job that they do, as well as an inside look on why the job gets overlooked and how incredibly heroic the job can be.
Oh. Ew.
Roger, save us.
It's official. Everyone's gonna die.
Which the actors did do an incredible job expressing this through their characters in certain scenes of being sad or just totally burnt out from the job itself. And from this is where I had the most problems with this film when it comes to its character writing, because most of them, if not all of them, didn't feel much different from the next in terms of individuality. Also too, with all the characters, there's not really an antagonist or a protagonist in this film.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
In the end, this was a lot more better than I thought it was gonna be from its trailer. It's more like a serious tone of the film's Office Space and Waiting because of all the behind the scenes aspect that the general public doesn't see of the job itself, but also doesn't pull any punches with its dark humor as well as brutality of certain scenes.
Well, isn't that special?
Which I would say is the main focus of this film, but overshadows our main character's storyline. Still though, this had me caring as well as entertained throughout the film, and that is why I'm going to give this one a yay. But for an audience thumb scale, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5 because it was actually a big surprise. Well, that's all the time we have. As always, smash that like and subscribe button, and if you liked any of the movies we discussed, please leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and may the movies be with you. Lates.